The good news is we are out of the first battle, which is the worst battle of the campaign, and we are now going to start building our army. So every camp phase is going to be the same. We're going to empty out the raw recruits out of the manpower pool, which is about 3,400 in this case, and so we have to figure out how to do that. In the beginning, you have to put points into army organization in order to have enough slots to hold all of the men in your army. So we want to get army organization to 10, believe it or not, so we have lots and lots of slots for units. Before every major battle, we have to buy whatever weapons we want to buy in the store, and it's going to be really tough to get enough rifles to put every man in the field. I already know that going into it. It's a challenge. And the other thing is we're probably going to have to sell weapons before we get economy to 10. About the only weapons we want to buy are the best sniper weapons and 20-pound Parrots, maybe 24-pound howitzers. Then everything else has to go into rifles. There aren't any men to buy here. I mean, we really have to keep our spending down before Shiloh because it's going to be very difficult to get every man on the battlefield in Shiloh. Now, we're going to be able to do it, but it's not going to be easy, as you will see. We're going to actually outnumber the enemy in Shiloh, and that's going to make it really easy, but the big thing is we're going to grind an enormous amount of experience in Shiloh. And also, ridiculously easy battle, believe it or not. But getting to that point is not going to be easy. So I'm always calculating how much money do I have, how many officers do I have, and can I get all my men into the army? So, yeah, the other thing we're going to start doing is in order to get officers promotions, you want to put them in kind of the lowest one-star units you have. Like my brigadier general is going to get very little XP as corps commander. So I need to get another one-star general in Corps Commander and get my guy, my avatar, into a one-star unit where he can get the most XP and start grinding that command line up to get him to be a 3-star general as soon as possible. So, yeah, if that makes sense. So you're thinking about getting experience for your officers and getting experience for all your men. So the first thing I did was I saw how many units I could bring to the next battle, and I want to make these units as large as possible, and it's based on the number of weapons that I have. The only mistake I make is I should just get rid of my artillery and just blend them into my best infantry unit. It's just, it turns out to be that, that's pretty much a waste of time. 1,700. Yeah, I think I take a look at that and then I reload and I decide to, if it was 1,500, yeah, but I'd have 270 men, 207 men, which I'm about to find out. So I reload. I redo this and I reload. And I decide to keep my artillery because I don't want 207 experienced troops to be blended into a raw recruit unit. So I'm going to bring these two artillery, but I don't want to spend money on artillery if I don't have to at this point. You really need to conserve your money. So yeah, I reload. This is what I come up with. Delete my 2 infantry units. I almost do this, then I remember I took some losses in my artillery. You want to replace your losses in your experienced units with experienced infantry. So these 1,400, they keep all their stats. So when I put them into my 2 experienced artillery units, see there's 2 men, they don't drive down the numbers. You don't want to put raw recruits into units with veterans. So that's what this is all about. I have 1,407 men who are experienced. We're going to leave it at that. And these other units are going to get experience, and then I'm going to pour them into Loomis, if that makes sense. So we're going to fight a battle. These guys are going to get some experience. Then I can start pouring these guys, when they get their star in the next battle, into Loomis and start building Loomis up and getting Loomis my best unit on his way to 3 stars. So these guys are green. You don't want any unit. You want to take a look at efficiency and make sure there's no red. And there we have red. Okay, we don't want that, so we need a slightly better officer. See, he's a no-bar major. I could buy a lieutenant colonel. That would not be a bad thing, but I'm trying to save money because I know I'm going to be desperate for cash until Shiloh. Then after Shiloh, I'm going to have a lot more cash, and I have a lot more leeway. Now, the game will always allow you, if you have purchased all of the officers in the manpower pool or in the barracks, you can always, always, always buy no-bar majors for your infantry units. The game will give you an infinite number of them, even though they're not showing up. So don't be worried about running out of officers. You will always be able to buy officers. So I could have purchased weapons here with this money. It doesn't really matter. I'm trying to make use of what I have, of what's available. So yeah, it doesn't really matter. I wish that I could do something more creative with that 500-man unit, but it's fine. If he just gets on the map and just runs in circles for the entire battle, that would absolutely be fine. Grind up stamina, get some XP for the officer, it'd all be good. So yeah, this next battle is all about getting some experience for these units. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine going into the next battle. But this is what we're going to do every camp phase. Yeah, I know I'm going to have to buy those 20-pound parrots. I'd like to buy the James, but I don't know if I can afford it. We'll see. So just trying to conserve money. And we'll see you in the next battle.